And I'm very curious to know, like you mentioned, you put that question like how does one zero on up on a particular platform as well. I'm pretty keen to know what do you think as a talent leader would be the approach to solve this particular problem statement.
I think some of the parameters, and I think this changes based on the company, and this is the kind of organization that you are in. Largely, sometimes some of these platforms are chosen because of bandwidth issues. Sometimes it's actually the real need to kind of actually, you're still scaling. You have only 4 to 5 members in your team. You will not be able to kind of spend more than, let's say, 25% of your time on recruiting, which is good enough. 25% is great. Anything more than it, you start bleeding on delivery. But if that's the kind of problem statement, then I would want to kind of go with a platform which has a great database of questions to kind of choose from. So if I'm kind of building a platform which is, I'm building a team which is across front end, back end, full stack, databases, data sciences, analytics, and stuff like that. Then what is the kind of database of questions that I'm kind of looking at? And also do a little bit of a random check if these questions are unique questions. How many of them are kind of unique questions? Have they been used by other organizations? How many other organizations have kind of used it and stuff like that? And how quickly are the question is the question pool getting refreshed? Because as you kind of grow, you would like to kind of have some differentiation as such, with respect to problem statement, so that it is inevitable that questions will get repeated across companies, but the frequency should be kind of low. It should not be a question statement or a problem statement which is used by everybody else. Um, one of that is a very important parameter. Then other elements with respect to, I think systems have kind of got very unique and amazing right now. I think other elements with respect to which are basically, I think, sanity check items as to how do they look at plagiarism, and how they are looking at proctoring, as one element. In what format is the report being generated? Does it give a conclusive insight on various parameters? Can you tweak on the evaluation parameters? Can you customize it on your own? So I think some of these elements are kind of and at one point in time, how much can you execute, are some of the important items. I think the I think the more important aspect here is that the ability to kind of customize basis the need of the customer becomes a little bit high, um, uh, because every CTO or a founder is trying to kind of solve it for their org, and every org is unique. And you would want to kind of design something which works for your problem statement in some way. So certain amount of customization helps in choosing the right kind of platform.
Makes sense. I think I couldn't have agreed more on any of these elements, and I think it's very important. Some of the things that you mentioned, which is less commonly shared in public forums, is being cognizant about the fact that these questions need to be looked upon again and again to see if they are already in public forum, because that actually hampers the employee branding as well. It is very common to see top developers cribbing on LinkedIn saying that this question was repeated, or it kind of created an unfair assessment parameter for them. And yeah, it's a very, very valid point. I couldn't have agreed more to any of these.